Hey guys, welcome back to Soback Sports, and I'm so back with another video. And one key position that the Chicago Bears are looking at is very crucial in terms of their defensive side. But before I get into that, I wanted to remind you all to please subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and it helps me make content like this for you guys. So please consider subscribing. And so the position I'm talking about really is the edge rusher position, and we did make some moves when it comes to that this past trade deadline in getting Montez Sweat, and we paid him a really big amount of money, 100 mil, for I think it was 4 years. I forgot the logistics of the contract, but it was turned out to be one of the biggest and best signings in I want to say the entire trade deadline because that helped us bolster our defense, and it helped Matt Eberflus, coach a lot better in terms of their defensive scheming. And we turned out to be one of the number one rush defense in the NFL at the end of the season. So Ryan Poles knows how to scout good defensive pieces, and Montez Sweat was a really good one. But that's still not enough. The Bears still need another one to complement Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat back in when he was on the Commanders had Chase Young, and they were a dynamic duo. They were really good together, and created havoc when it comes to the quarterback, getting to the quarterback. Excuse me, and now it's a matter of okay, what do the Bears do right now to address that? What will they do? So pretty much, I have a list of three edge rushers that I really hope the Chicago Bears sign if we do end up signing. Because think about it, the draft doesn't really have that much edge rushers that besides maybe in the first round, but it's not very edge rush heavy, and it's like not like a skill position that we would probably look for. So signing edge rusher would probably be the best bet. So first and foremost, I want to talk about maybe Brian Burns. So that's my third option, by the way. So Brian Burns has been, really good on the defensive end for Carolina Panthers, even though the Carolina Panthers have been really garbage. Brian Burns has continued to show that he's actually a very good edge rusher, or sorry, linebacker. My bad. And he has a lot of solo tackles. 32 in this season with 8 sacks, 1 forced fumble. And while these stats don't seem that interesting, he's still very young. He's very he was a first round pick 16 back in 2019, and he's up for a contract right now essentially. And will the Carolina Panthers be willing to keep him is a big question that we have to ask. And I don't think so. And if he becomes available, I feel like the Bears should pounce on this opportunity if we don't get our top choices, because Brian Burns has connections with Eric Washington back in Carolina. Not Eric Washington. Who's that guy? One of our offensive coordinator. Which one is it? I forgot which one. But it was one of the ones that we signed, and they have ties with Carolina and DJ Moore, obviously, in Carolina. And it seems like Brian Poles could poach another Carolina Panthers player, and it would just be pretty funny nonetheless. Now, moving on to the second one, Josh Allen. And I'm not talking about the quarterback, I'm talking about the edge rusher. And he has proved to have a really good season this season. Look at this. Tied for second, 17.5 sacks. Josh Allen was a monster this year in terms of getting sacks, getting to the quarterback. And that's the main thing. The Bears have had a tough time in the beginning of the season getting to the quarterback. And they tried their best mostly. They had moments in games where they had multiple sacks in a game. But that was a little later in the season, But, it's at the end of the day, and more important that we find a way to pressure the quarterback, and Josh Allen is a wrecker. He will literally demolish. He'll move over players. He was really, really good in Jacksonville. And with Montez Sweat too, he will be amazing. And that would be another option and he has everything. He has the frame. He has everything with him. Linebacker, everything is there. It would be so cool to see him in a Bears uniform. And overall, his stats, let's check his stats real quick just to kind of prove. He's improved every single season, and from what I remember, Last year he was kind of injured over the years. This like he had a 10 sack season in 2019, and then he kind of fell off. Probably was due to injury. Maybe correct me in the comments down below if I'm wrong on that. But this is pretty much another breakout year since 2019. Um, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like he's going to be a great option, and would love to see him as an option. The final option, and I feel like a lot of people probably heard about this rumor that coming in from the Minnesota Vikings, and that is Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter led with 16.55 sacks, and let's see how many solo tackles. Solo tackles 54, total tackles 83, sacks 16. No interceptions, but overall he has been a wrecker and one of the reasons why that Vikings defense was so good throughout the season. And I really like him as a pass rusher. He will be definitely another big guy coming alongside with Montez Sweat. That pairing would be insane. It would be like an NFC North like duo of the century, and it will help bolster our defense. And I feel like he's going to be good. He's up for a contract. If he ends up if he doesn't end up signing with the Vikings, because the thing is, the Vikings are kind of struggling to piece together a team after potentially having to pay Kirk Cousins, and with the whole quarterback situation, the wide receiver position with Justin Jefferson. They have a lot of issues in terms of not issues per se, but they have a lot of people to pay. And it all really depends on if they can even afford Danielle Hunter for the season he had. And yeah, I mean, he's been pretty good for them. Like he's been on the team for quite some time, because he's 2015 is kind of crazy. Like let's check his stats real quick. Yeah, overall he's been a very consistent. Like he had multiple 10+ sack seasons, and in terms of total tackles, he's been pretty solid. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think he would be a best option, or any of these three would be the best. Would be a really good option. Like I wouldn't be having an issue with any of them, and it all really depends on what Ryan Poles is looking for in terms of their contract style. I feel like even like a Josh Allen, who had a breakout season, will probably command more money, and maybe a Brian Burns might command a little bit more money, and Danielle Hunter would definitely command money. But if we're going to have to take the next step, I feel like this is a solid move. So let me know what you guys think. And any of these three options really good? Let me know if you have any options down in the comments below. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.